interesting at least. Hey, True Believers England team here. Man, that popped in at 12 seconds. Were we just sitting, not really doing anything for that? That is so weird. I don't know. The way StreamYard starts.
It's been cutting off our intros. I noticed that when to go back to watch one. I was like, hey, at least it saves on the crappy music and it gets right to the point.
Hey, maybe that. That's why you never say too much important in the first 5 seconds.
Right.
So, and we're waiting, says Jackson. I'm getting some prices marked down. This is going to be a little bit different of an auction tonight. What's going to happen is I'm going to put them up on the shelf, same as always. And if you want to claim something, you say claim. If there's no pushback within a minute, it's yours. And I'll just switch it out with another book. So that's how it's going to work. And in the meantime, we can talk about whatever the heck we want and have a conversation. Dalton just popped in. He saw The Joker. The Joker. I am the only, me and my wife seem to be the only people who back this movie up. So I absolutely know where I stand and how much in a hole I am as far as what everybody else thinks.
It genuinely kind of hurts something in me. Because it did a lot of things that I always hate when they do in movies, and it was worse because I loved that first one so fucking much.
The first one, and I love this one. I stand by what I said, and I can argue what I said as well. I'm not just.
Speaking of that, I tried to look at it through the lens you told me about. I tried, and it still
just didn't work for you.
It crashed and burned, and now I am in the garbage fire of it.
Can I make an observation?
Observe away, sir.
Do people in advertising understand what a target market means anymore? I just turned back over to Monday Night Football to watch a commercial for a Lifetime movie.
Well, I hate
very much on point for this particular conversation. Unfortunately, they do know what a target market is. It's just that they make it a personal moral point of theirs to spite that target audience as much as possible, because apparently that's a thing we've decided is morally necessary now.
Yeah, good way to waste money.
What it is. Yeah.
I mean, I'll say this. Once upon a time, when Frank Gifford was, one of the 3 guys in the booth on Monday Night Football, they would get millions of women watching because it was Kathy Lee's husband. Mm-hmm. And that's, so I could have seen that, but it's just in. Frank is dead.
That's funny.
Which one, the guy on the cover or Frank Gifford?
Gifford.
Oh.
So, once again, let me explain what's going on. We are going to have a different auction. If you have ever made it to the end of the regular auction, I go back over the books. And if you want something, you just put a claim on it. And if it's challenged within 30 seconds, it becomes an auction. We're going to expand that to a minute. This shouldn't be as long as a normal auction because I'm just not going to put up that many books. What happened was this pile of books and the ones I've already priced were supposed to be the $5, the $2, the $3, the big dogs of Saturday's auction. They came in today. I want glasses. You guys know this. Every time it's been time for me to get glasses, Elizabeth needs her phone. Runs out of money. She needs some of mine. I'm part of the family. Got to throw it over there, and I always figure, I can still see. I just, I want I have to deal with that shit.
Elizabeth doesn't need a phone. I'll let you get glasses so you can at least see what you're doing. That's more important.
I want Elizabeth to have a phone because she needs to get a job, and also I need my phone because, if YouTube decides they don't want to let me into my account until I prove who I am, they're going to send me messages on my phone.
Yeah.
And that ain't going to work if I don't have it on. So there's a lot of stuff we need to do this week. And I would like to try to get some cash for these books if it's possible.
Well, I'll just say, if you can only afford one or the other, I think your glass has been put off so long, you can cause damage to your eyes.
Oh, I am already sure I have. These have been lopsided since this broke,
That's
and
no
they're
fun.
trifocal. So on one, I'm looking through my bifocal, and on the other, I'm looking through my farsighted.
Ooh.
It's not good.
Maranya, he's not going to stop skipping comments in the cover rankings.
Am
And then he'll start skipping more because now he can actually see who he doesn't like.
No, yeah, that's true. But yeah, it's, and I'm not. I hope that doesn't sound like I'm blaming family or anything like that. It just is what it is.
No,
and I've always
a thing that
believed
happens.
Dad has to suffer. If there's somebody who goes without, it's got to be Dad.
It's not family. It's the government. Everybody should blame.
Well, they do make it harder to sell my wares.
Bidenflation, cough, cough.
Like I said, once Trump gets in office, everything will go back down in prices. You'll be able to afford your glasses.
Hopefully, it'll be quicker than what I'm expecting. But I got to tell you, I am incredibly pessimistic. As a matter of fact, before we started, Eric was talking about how, what was it? A betting league has Trump
the gambling markets.
Okay.
Have him up 8.5.
And to me, that just means that they're going, well, we need to print more votes.
Don't play
but how outranked does she have to be before they realize that that's unfeasible? I mean, the man's been shot at twice. Can we not
at least 4
leave
times
off the break for a little bit here?
There's been like 4 attempted assassinations, at least I've heard about.
There are 2 that we know definitively happened. I've heard up to 5 that are in the. I've heard up to 5 in the works, but those other 3 have not yet materialized.
Oh.
And
okay, these will
knock
be,
on wood. Hopefully they don't.
Will be in some sort of order, but they're not in complete order. I've got these all kind of mixed up a little bit, so I've got them all. That's what I'm doing right now is I'm pricing them out, and they will be put out at the same time. So you might have some big dogs with the $3, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up, and then I'm going to leave them in there. And when they sell, I'll take one out. I'll put one in, and that is the way we're going to run it. Like I said, I've never done this before. If it goes smoothly, this might be a new way of doing things. I might, however, though, since I do $1 and so forth.
In the meantime, while you guys are waiting, feel free to donate to Ko-Fi.
That is a great idea as well. I know everybody's hurting, and it's kind of a weird time to put a hat out. But yeah, if you don't mind going over to Ko-Fi, drop a couple dollars in the till. I was thinking of making a not a Kickstarter, GoFundMe, but then North Carolina got flooded.
Yeah.
You know? It just seems strange at this point.
Well, that's the thing. The problem is that everybody's asking for money now because everybody's so crippled right now as far as everything. I know, poor choice of words. Sorry, Dalton, but I mean,
I don't care. I make more crippled jokes than most people do.
All right.
Wow, that sounds like, yeah, you just did to Dalton what people do to me still all these years later when they make a drunk joke.
Oh, I did that once.
You didn't make anything that I haven't.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, I am the one making the crippled jokes.
Normally I don't care, but being on YouTube, I try to watch my words. We try to keep it PC on the Muppet Show.
Well.
Oh my goodness!
You have a pass, sir. I hereby bequeath to you a cripple pass. You may use whatever disability jokes you like.
Tell me if this is weird, because I thought this was weird. Me and Gail go to the movies tonight. We're seeing this mystery film. And we sit down in our chairs. We've got our candy. We've got our soda. We're just lean back in those things and see a guy coming up the stairs. And about 4 seats away is a couple of girls. And the other side of us is flat out and empty. This is a half, maybe a quarter filled theater. And this guy comes upstairs, sits right next to me. like just plops his ass down right next to me. And so I look at Gil, I'm like, what the is this all about? Because this means this guy looked at this theater and went, I want to sit right by that guy.
So what I do is I just let one rip real loud next to him.
Well, I thought about doing something rude, but then I thought, you know what? No, because I hate it when people chomp on popcorn loud or anything. And I said, you know what? I'm not gonna change anything because he chose to sit next to me. He didn't know who I was because, of course, you can't see that when you're picking your seat. But he picked to sit next to a stranger. So I'm just gonna do what I normally do. And what was kind of funny is I grabbed my my long box of Charleston Chews because I still like that particular candy bar, and I open it up and I hear, okay, and I open up my bottle caps and I'm all set and ready, and we're pulled back, and when I open up the bottle caps, I hear,
What?
And I start shaking them. I don't know if they're all. I think they're the ones with the bottom
chose
first.
to sit by us because
I'm-
I got my seat before when there was nobody around it. You chose to sit by us. And
Was it signed seat
so
Yeah,
what-
I was just gonna ask that. Was it one of those cases where they reserved seats or whatever?
Be a good guy. So I quietly take stuff out of my hand. You know, okay, I'm eating my candy, watching the movie.
Can you
No
hear us? You're
problem.
leaving.
Gail grabs onto hers, and
She might be gone.
she thinks she's one of those people who thinks if she goes slow, the bag of whatever she has doesn't make as much noise. And so she opens Crinkle.
Subscribe to the
Crinkle.
Geeky Puppet Show.
All I'm hearing is. So finally he gets up. He just leaves. I turn to my wife and I go, "Thank you."
Mm.
I mean, isn't that weird? You freaking pick a chair next
hear
to
us?
everybody else.
Can you hear
I'm
us?
not the asshole on this one, am I?
He might be ready to drop again.
I think he's ready to
I've
drop.
been talking to nobody.
I don't think he can hear us because we both commented several times and he
Now, there's a
didn't answer.
possibility, and until you guys his egos, bye. Maybe this guy always sits in that seat, and by golly, if he'd been, if he'd been sitting one seat over, he just would have come down, plop down his lap.
For once I'm a friend.
I mean, seriously, what I would have done, there it goes. I would have be like, after the second, I would have been like, reaching the bottom, like, I'm like, oh, look, there's, because especially if I get the runts, that's the best one because you can like search for the ones you want and just make it much more noisy for the guy.
I would have just asked the guy straight up, like, why are you sitting here of all places? Can't you see I'm with someone, etc. But I might just be weird in that front. Maybe there's some breach of social etiquette that I'm not aware of in that, just simply asking the obvious question.
It is really weird when someone's, because first I thought he was going to say, so you got these girls down here, you sat down right next to the girls. But it was hi.
Okay, he's back. And can he hear us now? That is the question.
I don't know. Can hear us.
Testing.
Can you hear us?
Calling Angleton. We're channeling
this isn't
you.
good.
We are channeling the spirit of Angleton. Can you hear us?
Yeah, this.
Spirit, reach out to us.
Evidently not.
How about now?
The digital seance skills of StreamYard appear to be utterly crap, wouldn't you know it?
Yep. Can you hear me now?
So,
how about now?
Maybe someone should mention it in the private chat because now I feel like a dick.
Oh. He has to be here for order to read the private chat. How's his auction going? I don't know. I'll tell you later.
Yeah, we're struggling with the hearing and engaging with E part.
So, are you guys having more fun with this, or are you mad because you want to buy books? Because personally, this is much more entertaining sometimes for me. Probably not E, but I laugh at his expense. It's great.
I mean, it is funny when these things happen because comedies of errors are always somewhat funny, but I imagine for E, this is extremely frustrating.
Oh, I have road rage real bad. So if this had happened to me, yeah, there'd be a lot of A lot of bad words, a lot of cussing. No, I'm not so bad where I throw things. I've seen people like they throw their computers, they punch their computer and stuff. Like I don't know how much that's for show, but I mean, because people who records themselves doing that. But I mean, like I've known people with the school with like in high school. He punched a hole in his wall, and I'm thinking like, yeah, how's your hand feel? Well, it's in a cast now.
Yeah, there are people who get that way. When I get that annoyed, I start like face palming and stuff. I'm more likely to hit myself than I am to hit things.
Dark Admiral saying a couple of guys that came in and were looking at us. I gave them the WTF. Are you looking at And they moved on. Found out about reservations after. Felt like a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was the question that I would have asked E if
if you were
you
here,
could hear us.
It's an AMC. I don't know because like the AMC, there's one by my sister's house where it's like grandfather. They're the only one that does not have assigned seating.
The only theater around where I live that does assigned seating, to the best of my knowledge, is the one in the mall, which we had to do that when was it No Way Home or Multiverse of Madness? One of those had come out, and me and my buddy were going to see it, as we do, and we had to actually do the assigned seating. I think that was the only time I've ever had that happen, though, because I live in what I like to call the scenic middle of nowhere in northern PA, just south of the New York border. And there is nothing around here, so there are not enough people to justify assigned seating for the most part. But then again, when you're in Elmira, which is where my mall is, that sometimes does, I guess, get enough people that making assigned seating makes sense.
Yeah, I was gonna say like for most theaters they have assigned seating, but it's like they don't fill up as fast. And honestly, I feel like more people would go to theaters if you didn't have to do assigned seats. You just showed up and you sat down. First come, first serve.
You mean how it's been for the last 30 years until like 5 years ago? Because
honestly, that's kind of reason why I kind of stopped going, because I got tired of the like, because I'd be like, I live 5 minutes away, and I'll be like, oh, it's already sold out like 3 days ahead because somebody had to get assigned seating.
Yeah, like I say, I guess lucky in the sense that my little corner of the world is a place that time forgot, and so we still operate pretty much for the most part by no assigned seating because the area is just too small to make assigned seating worthwhile.
Like at the theaters here, they actually on your ticket stub it says like row 10, seat 13, or whatever you're at 14 on your ticket, and then you go into the theater, they actually have the numbers by the steps, and then each seat has a number on it. So
I remember the very first time that me and my friends ever had to deal with assigned seating. We were in New Jersey for a steampunk convention, as you do, and that was the same weekend that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 was coming out. So we went and saw that. But here's the thing. One, they put us right near the front, so it was an insufferable place to be sitting. And two, the guardrails that are supposed to be there for, people who have difficulty walking or balancing themselves, there were holes in the guardrails. And this remains, to me, the single stupidest thing I've ever had happen, because there were giant, 3-foot gaps in the guardrails. And I was sitting there going, what exactly in the hell are you doing if you're putting guardrails with 3 feet between them? Because the people who need those guardrails still need them in those 3 feet that there's a giant hole in. So what the actual fuck? This, of course, wouldn't probably have occurred to me if I weren't one of the people who needed the guardrails, but still. There were also steps, which guardrails and steps need to go together in general for me to use steps, period. But this particular theater in this one town in New Jersey thought it was necessary for there to be a giant 3-foot hole in between the guardrails on the steps. And I almost fell 3 or 4 different times in that theater.
The only time I've ever actually had used assigned seating was useful is when they had I went with family. So there's about 10 of us. We got a whole row to ourselves. Bought it. And then of course we went in there. There's a really old couple sitting in there, and they're sitting in our seats. They're like, oh no. I'm like, yeah, I think they're playing hooky. Because I wonder sometimes that, like, man, if I get like I'm like 75, oh I had no idea, I apologize. I'd be like, then because who's gonna yell at old couple?
Honestly, I never understood people who need to go to the theater on like opening weekend or opening night. Because I like to go like 2 or 3 weeks after something has come out. Because again, my area is very small. So if you go like 2 or 3 weeks after something has come out, you can pretty much always get the theater almost entirely to yourself, which works for me and my friends because we like to talk and shoot the shit during movies, and we can't really do that when there's other people in there, and so on.
Chiefo, or sorry, Eric Boyd, I don't know if he hasn't come back yet. He usually pops back on. There's no message in Twitter or nothing like that, so this might just be a regular hangout tonight. I mean,
and I posted in the chat, the private chat, that we couldn't hear him. So if he comes back, he will know what happened.
So
I feel like a dick, given that we couldn't really explain to him what happened.
Yeah. So if you guys have topics you want to talk about, let us know. We'll chime in. We'll include you in the conversation. Obviously, I don't want to be dicks and leave you guys out of it.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Joe says, like going to the matinee. Yeah, I used to like going to the matinee. I had one theater that was considered the cheaper theater of the franchise that bought them, and they left them no assigned seats. So I would go see a noon showing because I did not want to deal with people, on the 7 o'clock showings, all the kids stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I just went in the early showing, and that's how I watched The Matrix like that. I watched that, and I also watched John Wick 4. And when I say The Matrix, I mean The Matrix Reloaded or Revisited.
I was going to say, you've been doing this a long time then, if you watch The Matrix like that.
Yeah, the last Matrix, whatever the word, Revisited, I think it was.
The one that looks unironically cheaper and worse than the ones that came out 20 years ago.
Yeah. Sarah, can you hear us? Getting a lot of static on your end.
I didn't get that. Could you try?
Are you getting audio from us now?
Well, now my Siri's talking to me. What the heck?
Testing. 1 2. Testing 1 2 3.
I gotta move my phone away from me. Siri started talking to me.
We appear to still be in the area of no audio for E.
Well, we have audio. We just know what it is. It's like feedback from the microphone.
Yeah, but my main question is, can he hear us? Is the main question.
I don't think he can. That's the thing.
How about now?
What?
Okay, yes, we can hear you at least a little bit. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you next to your microphone?
My microphone is where I usually have it in the center of the room.
You're really quiet.
Right next to the camera.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You're coming in very, very low, sir.
Okay, hold on.
You can't make out a word you're saying at all. You're gonna have to like raise your gain or something like that, or something.
Yeah, reboot the mic. Or something.
Okay, how about now? Yes.
You're still quiet.
Yeah, we can barely hear you, but you're still coming through quiet.
How about now?
Much better.
That's better.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I need let's add another thing on that I need is a new microphone because I'm going through the camera like I just started YouTube instead of my blue, what is it, Blue Yeti?
Blue Yeti mic.
Yeah, it's just not done. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. It's going to be a claim sale. You see something you like, you say something, and if somebody challenges you on it within a minute, it becomes an auction. If nobody challenges you, something comes down and something goes back up in its place. And right now, I don't have anything written down. I'm going to write it down as it sells. But right now, what we got is here we go.
Well, Are you gonna say go first in the chat?
Yeah, I'll put the go in the chat, and then
Okay.
it's just gonna be constant. For right now, though, let me just read off what we've got as a start, and I'll say what it is as I put it in. This is Captain America at A, Captain America 250. At B, we've got Binky, number 76, and it does have some outline drawing on the title, and somebody colored it red. In the middle there, we've got Catwoman, number 59, with an Adam Hughes cover. We have the Secret Society of Supervillains, number 9. Amazing Spider-Man, number 401 at E. At F, we've got My Favorite Martian. Give me just a little bit, and I'll find out the number to that, which I did have. But then we've got The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Also, I'll get the number for that. We've got the Secret Society of Supervillains, number 7. And we've got the Secret Society of Supervillains. I think that's number 6 next to it. But let me see. Of course, the number 13. And then Twisted Tales, number 9. All righty. And the prices are as marked. The beginning prices anyway, if it becomes an auction. And there you go. Let me type in the good. And all right. Oh, thank you, Jackson. There you go. We start right there. All right. Sorry to interrupt whatever conversation was going. You guys know the alphabet, so I'm going to take these down, and hopefully something comes of this.
So you're not typing go then?
Yeah. Well, Jackson put that in. So
yeah, he had our back on that front.
All right. Dark
I'm
Admiral puts a claim on the Twisted Tales at $3.
I want to jump the gun. That's why.
Okay. So once again, we have a 1 minute for anybody to challenge him. All right. And we also have a claim on Man from U.N.C.L.E. from RDV.
Go well next with my little trades I got from Eric.
Oh, there you go. And let's see if there's any more love. Once again, this is a good way to help out the channel while getting something back, basically.
$3 for, it looks like the evil version of Superwoman, Flash, and Green Lantern. Crime Syndicate.
Oh well, yeah, that's the Crime Syndicate.
Yeah,
yep.
Nice.
So or 3.
Mm-hmm. All right,
and it's Ed Breaker, Catwoman up there.
And
no, it isn't.
Is he sure? Who is it then? Because it looks
Will
like
Pfeiffer.
All right.
Okay.
So, Eric, what would you go for in this lot? Asks Jackson. There's a lot to go for on this lot.
There is nothing on this lot that I either don't already have or would not want. Yeah, because
if you didn't have it, what would you go
for? Honestly, my favorite things up there, as from a good story perspective, the Catwoman's going to be the best story up there.
All right.
Twisted Tales are going to have some really good stories in it. 'Cause like I said, it's very, very reminiscent of EC. But for just pure fun, the Secret Society of Supervillains was just a really fun series.
Yeah, guys, keep in mind that Eric basically lives in a comic book store. There are literal comic book stores that I have known that are probably less well stocked than Eric's house.
Dalton, I appreciate that, and I will tell you, the collection that I sold was better than most shops you'll go to. The one I have now, no, but it's.
I entirely believe you because I have seen some of the things that are actually still in your collection. So I can only guess what you must have gotten rid of.
Twisted Tales is going to go to Dark Admiral, and Man from U.N.C.L.E. is going to go
I'll also say that, Eric, as modest as you are, you may not think they're as great as the ones you had, but I'll just say this. Like, if I took a gander through there, I'd be walking out with a truck full.
Venkman.
Now, we're going to be replacing them with the first appearance of Negan. This is Walking Dead number 100. And we're going to be replacing the other with the Batman 10 Nights of the Beast trade paperback.
My
Out of print trade paperback.
one slick dude just said $8 on My Favorite Martian.
All right.
Yeah, remember, I had FF1, I had AF15, Spider-Man 1 through 7.
I know, but I'm even ones you think they aren't as good as the other ones. I still would be like, oh my gosh, I want these.
I had the
Yeah,
three Brave
there
and the
are
Bold
there
Justice
are
Leagues.
plenty of there are plenty of times, Eric, where you have literally gotten up to go grab whatever comic we're talking about, and anyone who can, even with a suspicious degree of regularity, do that, it has a collection worth a damn. It may not have as many big, golden ticket ones as it used to, but there's still probably many people who would buy you out if they could.
No, it's not bad. It's just that the one I had before, condition notwithstanding, was I said the only Silver Age major key I didn't have was Showcase 4. I had Adventure 247, Action 252, everything.
I want that.
So that's Batman
Dark
versus
Admiral
KG.
saying that he feels like seeing Breen's collection would be like a Field of Dreams. It kind of is. I'll tell you what, that looking around at everything, it was really, really amazing because there were certain books that I've never seen physically, I will say one of the most impressive things, though, is going up the stairs, and there are just these, was it 2 or 3 Batman 66?
Yeah.
It looked like just still frames. Not even just posters, but they were huge, and it was so impressive. And then, of course, seeing his, what's that one with the severed head lady?
Crime Suspense Stories.
That's the one.
Crime or
It's
Shock
just
Suspense
amazing.
Stories 22.
Yeah.
We used to sell posters at the record store.
Yeah.
Those were 2 of the ones we sold.
All right.
So
One
those
slick dude
$5
has My Favorite Martian.
And that is KG. It's a KGB, right? KG Beast.
Yeah, that is the KG Beast. It's an amazing story. If you have not read this is an incredible story. Love this story.
That's Antonio from Arrow, guys.
Okay. All right. Next
or Antoine, whatever his name is.
Next up, we have Star Wars Splinter of the Mind's Eye, issue number 1.
Ooh, that's supposed to be a really good story.
There we go.
I don't think I've ever actually read it, but I have heard good things about that particular story.
I gotta ask, those supervillains, are those like the bottom 2 are in like a numerical order? Like
nothing is in numerical order on that one. Hold on, I can do that. I can fix it real simple. Let's pull these 2 up, and we'll put this one. This is issue number 7.
Wouldn't it have been easier just to move the Batman KGB?
That's issue number. Sure, why not? And that's and that's issue number 13. So it's 7, 9, and 13.
Okay, not that bad. It's not like a huge gap.
We have Amazing Spider-Man number 401 and Catwoman number 59 with the Adam Hughes cover.
Hey, remember that? That's the Mark Kane story.
Okay. There we go. We need to move some books here, ladies and gentlemen. Splinter of the Mind's Eye was a great novel by Alan Dean Foster, presumably written to happen after Star Wars as a potential movie treatment.
I would get the Walking Dead Fear one against first appearance, but I'll be getting it in color version within like a month or 2.
You collect those.
I'm collecting those.
Thank you for the clarification, Melania. I knew I had heard that story from somewhere. I just didn't remember where I heard it from.
Okay, so Cheapo Comics is putting on put a bid or a claim on
13.
Supervillains number 13, which means 1 minute for anybody to challenge that claim.
Remember, kids, Binky's up there just for you.
It is. Why not? Give it a shot.
If it was Binky Bill, then it'd be like koala bear on there, then I recognize it. It's an old cartoon I used to watch.
Yeah. All righty, gang. England team needs a new pair of glasses, and he's tired of waiting. I have the paper. I used to have the paperback version for all those. For a while, I was big into Star Wars.
So which volume of Catwoman is that? Is that the after Brubaker?
It is, who's on this? This is W. Pfeiffer and D. Lopez.
Oh, I'm brain. Was that after Brubaker?
Yes.
Like how long? Like do you say? Or is that in the same run?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Apparently, Harrison Ford originally didn't want to return as Solo. That is why they killed him. For once,
Well, no one to use the K word. They self-deleted him.
Ah, okay. They self-deleted him. Let's see.
Well,
What
I mean,
can we do?
they made him.
I'll tell you what. I do need to move some books. Let's drop that Binky down to 5, as well as the Captain America and the Catwoman.
I was gonna say they made his character as stupid as Jonathan Kent in Man of Steel. So,
See if there's any takers on that, because I do need to move some books tonight, gang.
Oh, the Kevin Costner, I have to dramatically sacrifice myself to a storm, even though there's literally absolutely no reason to do that.
yeah, he's like, I want him out of this movie. Just give him my $1 million.
Right.
It's like, I mean, he went out in the Field of Dreams, right?
Alrighty. Goodness gracious. That movie was boring as I actually fell asleep in the theater tonight.
Which one?
It's called Extracting Forgiveness or something like that. It was not good. Not a good movie.
Oh dear.
Yeah, what's oh dear is we've got a full board, and I've been taking stuff down to replace it. Right now, it looks like Supervillains 13 is with Eric and Boyd at cover price, or starting price, I should say, not cover price. All righty, and let's put up the other Star Wars, and this is Tales of the Jedi, Dark Lords of the Sith, issue number 1 from Dark Horse. So is Splinter of the Mind's Eye, as a matter of fact.
Ooh, the Dark Horse Star Wars comics are supposed to be really good.
All right.
Hope you're feeling better.
And once again, this is a claim auction. Once you put a claim on it, somebody has a minute to battle you for it. And if they don't, it is yours or whatever price begins. Yep. It has been that high. Hey, Charles, what's up?
I'm
And
wondering
Charles,
if I move that Captain America book, will another Star Wars book pop up?
No. Those are the only Star Wars I have.
Okay. I'm not a huge Star Wars like comic book person, really. I watched the movie, I didn't need anything else. But it's cool for people who liked it. It's like, I mean, I like Ghostbusters ongoing. For people who like Star Wars, that was a great ongoing for them too as well.
The EU was, of course, many orders of magnitude better.
I mean, those are Dark Horse though. Those are the better ones I heard.
Before Disney decanonized the entire EU, when they could have just as easily like adapted the EU and everyone would have lost their freaking minds with joy. I don't know why they decided this was necessary, but they decided it was necessary to decanonize the entirety of the EU instead of adapting it.
Charles, I didn't know you change your avatar every day. I had no
Also,
idea.
gang, if you are listening in and you're wondering if you're able to bid, this is not one of those auctions where you have to register first. I've never understood that anyway. All you got to do is say which one you're interested in and the starting bid, and that's what we put you up for.
It's just like voting. Your deceased loved one will pay for it.
It's source, yes. And then we just ask you pay at the end of the evening this time around if you want it to be shipped or if you want it to wait for the next auction. That is up to you. And there you go. If you want it shipped, it'll be shipped on Thursday.
That is probably true, Jackson, but how exactly did we need to save money by not paying the original creators tactic work for them?
So here's the
decades
thing.
later, and there hasn't been a new Star Wars movie in like 5 years.
Yeah, Cheryl is like, yeah, even the Canada sucks. It should be
Charles has the captain.
Charles has it, what?
Charles has the captain. All right.
And what? No, she doesn't. Can you read?
Captain
RDV.
America number 6. Oh, RDV. Sorry, she popped in and I went Cheryl. So there you go. I thought Cheryl's was your drag name. Sorry, dude.
Whoa. At least I'd be good looking though.
No, his drag name would be Slimer because Ghostbusters
Slimer.
reference. Don't we all know that?
No. My drag name is my real name because
right.
My life is a drag.
And the next one up is Spider-Man Punisher Sabretooth, and it is shiny. tiny. All right.
Unfortunately, I have that book, so I can't.
No worries, man. No worries.
But I'm like, I'm in a thing where it's like anything Punisher, I'm grabbing up because it just, and then you throw in Spider-Man on top of that. Yeah, so. Could be worse. So remember that Sabretooth book you had for the longest time?
Oh my gosh, that Sabretooth was here for fucking ever, man. Yeah, I remember that.
Did you just finally just get rid of it, or did somebody buy it?
No, they bought it. I put it on the I put it out at the flea market. It got bought.
So what is shipping to Canada, like $200? What was it before COVID? Do you remember?
Shipping to Canada is it's $1 or $2. I mean, yeah, it could be like $20 for just like 3 or 4 books.
Okay, ain't that bad again. If it's $20 shipping, if you're paying, so basically you're paying $3, $23 for a $3 book.
Yeah, if you're on the border, I know that I've had people go over the border, grab it from friends, and go back. I've done that quite a bit. Oy vey. Okay. Let's see how this is going to go. And you're into the Punisher stuff, huh?
Rhaegar? Just picture me in a dress saying, "How's it going, little Rhaegar?"
He always does. He doesn't need to be prompted to do that.
That reminds me of Danny Phantom of all things, because that one episode where Mr. Lancer was wearing a dress.
All right. And let's see.
Hey, people say Drag Race. I don't think of RuPaul. I still think of Dan Aykroyd and them. They're in the heels running in SNL.
Okay. Let's see what's going on here. We had seen. Let's go with Catwoman here. This represents the entire run of the Further Adventures of Indiana Jones. You're gonna take these down. Ready?
Dude, that movie, Drag Me to Hell, made me so mad. Like, the girl, didn't deserve it. That whole curse and everything. That was such a stupid movie.
That's part of the horror of it. And we have, right here, we have Superboy number 12. I'm sorry, DC Superstars Giant number 12, starring Superboy. There you go.
Well, the horror part was sitting through with it and then having that crappy ending at the end. That's I didn't realize you paid for that.
I've never actually watched Drag Me to Hell. I've heard it's supposed to be good, and a lot of people mention it as some of Sam Raimi's best work. But
so the reason I don't like it because I like happy endings. I'm a happy ending person.
I mean that's fair. I can be persuaded to view a downer ending well, but the movie has to do a lot of work to make that downer ending work. I prefer a, if not happy, at least benevolent ending.
So he is not fighting Bigfoot. That is just a monkey. Oh, gorilla.
Okay. Let's see. Did
Bigfoot suddenly shows up? So we all look alike, do we?
So what's it say on? It's a giant, so it's an 80-page giant.
Yeah, it is. It's a well, I don't know if it's an 80-page because it doesn't say it. I can't honestly. I didn't do a page count.
Well, I was gonna say
sometimes they were also 60 pages, so it's between 60 and 80.
I think you covered it. That's why it says something up or
giants. No, it just says DC Superstars, and then
okay.
I don't think it. I covered up a page count. I think it says Adventures of.
Oh, okay. Well, sometimes you never know. It might be in small print.
It says a new.
Okay.
A new Superboy.
Yeah,
Rhaegar, I'm pretty sure by modern day parlance that would be referred to as being apist. Lol.
Actually, not all Bigfoots look alike, unless you're watching.
There you go. Next up, we have the first appearance of Tim Drake.
Monster Jam. Then all the Bigfoots look the same.
Alrighty.
For $3, you can have Star Wars. People with pew pew lasers.
Hold on.
And glowing rods. And The book on the left, you can have two siblings that don't know their siblings. Getting it on.
Venkman, every molecule of my being wants me to say phrasing right now because of how you phrased that.
Yes. The glowing rods? Yes.
No, not the rods. The twins who don't know they're twins getting it on thing. That was just so many levels of wrong that the only correct response is the Archer response.
It's
Phrasing.
just twincest. Jeez. It's no different than Wanda and Pietro, in Ultimate Universe. Seriously.
Why must you remind me that exists, Beckman? I could have gone my entire life continually repressing that piece of information, and now I can't anymore. Screw you, Beckman.
Mr. Breen, what are you doing over there?
Well, not easy to get a word in.
Well, how about a syllable?
But if I could, I'd say those two supervillain team or Society of Supervillains and that Spider-Man are starting to resemble that fat kid in gym class that gets picked last and sent to right field.
And it's $2. It's only $2 for that for the Amazing Spider-Man. And I guess people don't like it because it's during the Clone Saga. Because you get the mark or the mask or Mark of Kane. Because Kane is the clone. That's the one that's deteriorating. They had Ben Riley and all that stuff too.
Mm-hmm. The Clone Saga is not well liked by anyone other than Linkara because he can make so much money off of riffing it.
I will say this: I will freaking promote the Clone Saga over any shit that came after 2007.
Okay, give me just a second here, kids. I'm going to take this one down since we've seen this one before. It's not new. And here is Superboy, number 127. It does have a roll, as you can see, and that's why it's only $5 and not 10 to 15. 20.
It's got a honey roll.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that, Venkman, because I still maintain that the Marvel Universe basically died in 2007. And honestly, DC wasn't all that far behind. 2007 is usually the time I referred to that comics died in.
Alrighty, so that Superboy is 52 pages. The number 12 Superstar is done. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for the page count, 52. There you go. Once again, guys, this is a claim auction. If you see something, just say, and if somebody wants to challenge you, they have a minute to do so.
That is the first issue of Indiana Jones or for the Avengers.
No, that represents the entire series. Under the 70, I did write 1 through 34. This
okay.
It is $70 for the entire series of Adventures of Indiana Jones. It is less than $2 an issue at $70. You will not find that anywhere else. It is now going $125, $150 on eBay. You get like 10 maybe for $40, $50. So yeah, that is an incredible deal. Actually, there are not a lot of bad deals up here, guys. So
I was gonna say a lot of them.
Help out my family, help out the channel, and actually get something. This isn't where you super chat and they might read it off at the end of the live stream. You actually get something for helping the channel here.
And for those of you who are not, say, particularly interested in books, you can still donate money towards the Ko-Fi, and that could be probably used towards another future book if you want to.
Yeah. All right.
Although most of the money is probably going to replace his glasses because I can imagine he probably has a splitting headache like nobody's business.
Maranya, he got the one that's not up there. He got.
Yeah, I removed the number 13.
Yeah, so
we
originally had 3 of them, so there's only 2 up there now.
We have issues number 7 and number 9 left of the supervillains. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Maybe I can do a little incentive here. Okay, the last 2 supervillains, instead of 3 each, let's go 2 for $5. Same with the Star Wars. I'll go the 2 for $5 on the Star Wars.
You hear that, Mr. Cheapo Boyd?
Yeah.
Sorry. Might as well for $5 get the other two. You pay $3.
Well. Yeah.
It's $8.
Say again.
I was saying it'd be $8 total because he paid $3 for the other one.
Yeah.
And then then if he gets the other two for $5, that's $8 total. So.
Alrighty, and let's see.
That's certainly not a bad arrangement.
No, not at all. Got to invest in 2 pairs of glasses just in case. Well, if I've got to have better sales than what I'm getting here tonight, in all honesty, in order to have that happen. But, so what I think is going to happen is I'm going to get the exam, and then whenever I can actually afford glasses, at least I'll have the exam done. But every freaking time, it's been thwarted.
So who are the villains on the second, the one on the right, the super villains?
Let's see. Star Sapphire. We've got the Trapster. Looks like Comet Man.
Creeper?
And the Creeper.
Trickster.
Did I say the Trapster?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, okay. No, I mean...
Face Pod Pete!
Yeah, there you go.
And
Cheapo says he'll take us up on the offer for the 3 supervillains for 5 instead of 3 each. Okay. Let me put up supervillains.
And now the 2 John Cena appearances are up there on the board.
And we have 7 and 9, and I'll put $5 on that. And that is Eric and Boyd. There we go. All right. And next 2 books.
Oh, those are a 7, 9, and 13, right? For the
all 3 of them, yeah, 7, 9, and 13. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, kids. Next up, we have issue number 14 of the Savage She-Hulk.
Nice.
Co-starring Hellcat and Manwolf.
Nice.
And we have issue number 17 of Savage She-Hulk, where she goes up against the Man-Elephant. All righty.
Next, there'll be a bull in the China room.
Let me see what's going on here.
Ain't that bad. Hey,
Vincent. One moment. I will be right back. The cat wants to be let out of my room.
And then we also have X-Men 202. Go.
Wait, oh, that's a good one too.
There they are. And Splinter of the Mind's Eye is. Oh, I gotta leave up there for a minute. It's going to be with Splinter, and that is with Vincent at 5. All right, and if it and there's a minute to go to challenge for the Splinter of the Mind's Eye, and then it becomes Vincent's, and then we've got a bid on X-Men from RDB.
Every time you say Splinter, I think of Turtles.
Yeah, I get that. I absolutely get that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it just came in. What we're doing here is a claim auction. And how this is going to work, it's I am just going to be putting up books as they get claimed. If you do put on a claim, there's a 1-minute period that allows anybody to challenge. Okay, if nobody challenges within the minute, it becomes it is yours. And if this goes smoothly, this may be the way we run auctions from here on in. I don't know. How are you guys dealing with this?
I mean, part of me thinks that maybe people are waiting to see what the next books are going to be because they don't like what's out there. Obviously,
well, that ain't happening until
I know. So, like, that's the other thing.
Mm-hmm. So there's downsides and upsides to both.
Yeah, I mean, you could like put it up there, and then if no one buys it after 3-5 minutes, pull it down, put it in one.
Well, that's what I've been doing. I've been giving it some time, and if it does, I pulled the Spider-Man down. Nobody got that. So far, the rejects, there haven't been many yet that I've taken down.
$3 for the Jedi, says Vincent.
Okay. But if you just came in, I took down Binky number 76 at 6. And I took down the first appearance of Negan. That's Walking Dead number 100 for 10. And then Amazing Spider-Man number 401 for 2. That's BHG, Bags and Malstead, it says. All right. And it's a mixture of things that are new and that should have been in the auction on Saturday and things that you've seen before. Okay, so we've got these. Well, this one at least going to Vincent. There's been no challenge. All right.
Hey, if you're on a delay, always make sure you refresh your YouTube. If you're on a PC, maybe close the browser, open up the browser again. Maybe that'll clear the cache. If you're on an app, close the app, do the same thing. So.
Okay, and let's see. Vincent put 3 on the Jedi, and that was 11:30. All right.
Could just be your internet, or just could be I don't know. Could just be YouTube itself.
Yeah.
But
yeah, if you guys like this, I am A-okay with continuing.
You know, Dalton, your cat's gonna knock on the door. He's like, "Let me back in. I changed my mind."
I left the door open this time. The reason it was closed to begin with was because my mother's boyfriend has a dog and he likes to meddle with things, and my cat doesn't like him. So,
oh my gosh, if you're just gonna hear like a dog chasing a cat in the background.
Oh no, it's gonna go the other way around. Charlie lunges at him, and Charlie never hates anybody. So
all right, the Jedi is with Vincent. Okay,
the dog will probably be missing an eye if we
need 2 more. Let me move the X-Men over to here.
I did place a bid on that, I guess, about a minute ago now.
Wait, which one? Oh, the X-Men. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I need 3. Okay.
So anytime I see an X-Men book with snow on it, I think that's the one we read, the Christmas one.
Okay. Well, this
I might be wrong. Who knows?
This one doesn't have snow. Here's X-Men 175. All right.
Well, it's the 80s. There was snow everywhere in the bathrooms.
Right. Then we have the 100-page spectacular starring Superboy.
That's cool.
I will point out it's a little dirty along there. There's a line right here and here, and just a little bit of trouble on the spine, but not too bad for a 100-page special. Nice. All right, there you go. And also we've got Welcome to the X-Men, Rogue. And this is X-Men number 171. All right, there we go.
I just got that one last 2 weeks ago.
I missed by that much.
Who knows? I might be on my second copy. I haven't looked. I'm so misorganized. I'm going through everything. Like I have like 2 probably copies of Gambit, plus a facsimile that's graded.
Right. There you go. Okay, let's see.
Don't ask me why the facsimile is graded. I did not slab it. It was already came pre-slab. I just figured, hey, it's a nice display piece. I got it for cheap.
Might as well.
Because I'd rather have the graded one fade out up there than have the real one, the authentic one, go up there and just get, caused, but.
Okay, and my new friend, he looked for every single opportunity he could to drop me. I do. By the way, Dalton, I know I invited you on and said, okay, we could talk about the movie if you want. If you really want to do a straight up video of it, I am A-okay with that.
I'm fine. I assumed that we had to 86 that because of the comedy of errors that happened. So
of course.
It's whatever.
I would love to. I want to put a thumbnail with the Joker movie poster and the A+ movie on it.
Here's what you guys do. You do 2 versions. One's a musical. The other one's just talking.
I mean, don't tempt me, Bankman.
Yeah. All right. I'm kind of surprised. No love for the Superboys. That's the one that sometimes you just think. And no love for the She-Hulk. Holy Toledo!
Yeah, the She-Hulk. I could see that.
At least the Man-Wolf. All right. So which one should come down?
All the guys who probably would bid on this are probably asleep by now because they're old and they probably already have these books. Sorry, that's the way it goes.
Yeah, I don't want to put too many of the ones that are on the board on big sale like I did the because we also have the auction coming up, and you never know who's going to be there for that. Let's see.
Cheryl's, I knew you put out Rogue. She's like, hey, I see a Rogue.
Uh-huh. X-Men 175 is The Wedding of Scott Summers and Madeline Pryor. It's a really good book, too. That was one of my favorite. Basically, Cyclops kicks the X-Men's ass. That is basically that episode. But you know what? Let's see. What should come down? I honestly, tonight, I do not see Indiana Jones the entire run. Like I said, you know what I will do, however?
I'll just say, like, I mean, just let people know throughout the night that you do have that, because there might be something might come in later. You know?
Yeah. By the way, this is the entire series.
Yeah.
Right here. Okay. The entire series of Indiana Jones. Alrighty. Now, let's see. Bye. My goodness gracious. Let's see what else we can put up. Here we go. We've got Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes, and this is issue number 199. There you go. Give it a closer look. Zoinks. All right. I don't know. I kind of like doing it this way. It seems like it's moving a little more. It's not just us sitting around talking sports ball and stuff like that.
I'm sorry, Jackson. Generalize some old people. You mean like you, Jackson? Because you're younger than him. You're not that far off.
Another cool thing is I'm not writing anything down that doesn't get sold, so it's like I don't know. It just seems easier. That's some cover, says Joe.
The crotch shot. I think it's somewhat Legion. Crotch shot.
Oh.
Yes, yeah. Rhaegar, and thank you for the Seinfeld reference.
That Batman Year 3, don't feel bad. That sits on the shop wall for about a couple of years now.
Oh, I've sold many of these Batman. Maybe I sold one to everybody who wanted one, but I sold like quite a few.
Every time I go in there, I'm like, he always has Batman Year 3, you know, whatever. Like, it's just like, yeah, it doesn't move. Just like the Flying Nuns, nobody wants that book.
Are you kidding me? I would take it.
It's just still sitting there.
I would take the Flying Nun.
I know.
All right, but you know what? Batman Year 3 was an original. It's probably the last of the original books that went up. So let me remove that and replace it with something that's probably going to sell right away. And that is Flash Gordon. And this is King's Comic. I think it's, hold on. I can find out what issue it is really quick here.
I think I have issue 2. I'm not sure which I have.
I put a bid on a lot of books, and I won one of them. It's like a big Avengers lot, and I only won one. That is kind of funny when that happens.
All right.
Let's see. We have Flash Gordon number 5 from 1967. And let me show the flaw that keeps it from being a $15 to $20 book. There we go. This right here in the corner. See right there. All right. For one son of three. This is mine. You can't take it.
Yeah.
Right.
What number is that?
This. Oh, did I not read off the number?
I was
number 5 from 1967. All right. And here we go. Flash Gordon number 5 from 1967. Excuse me. Alrighty, and let's see.
I think there's only like 5 of those.
I've only got 2 more new books, by the way. You guys haven't seen, and I'm gonna start throwing in some older ones.
So they went for 11 issues. That's
There
what it
we
was.
go. And let's put up a. There you go. And then we nope, not that one. Not that one. That one is one of the rejects. And here we have giant size Superboy. This is 80-page giant. This is Superboy number 129. All right, and it's got the story of the first appearance of Mon-El. There you go. And just to give you an idea, it's all right. There's a little rubbing right here, but it's still in excellent condition. There you go. All righty. Cool, cool, cool. See how that works. Ooh. Ba-doom, 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 boom, boom, ba-doo, ba-doo-doo. Alrighty, so have you seen anything of interest? Oh, Eric's he's doing something else.
He's been sleeping this past like 20 minutes.
Probably so.
Or stuffing his face full of Cheetos.
And that's just as good. Alrighty.
Yeah.
So after every movie, I fill up the big ass cup we get because you get the discount when you're part of the A list, and I fill up the cup with some tea, and I had that, and I picked it up from the top and just fell.
Oh no!
Right onto the carpet too. Yeah.
Oh no!
Alrighty, this is
It'll match the rest department.
not going well so far. After a while,
I'm just not a huge Superboy fan. So
I'm not expecting you to buy everything.
I know, I know, but I mean, like, I'm also not a Legion person either, too.
I don't get that. But
That's-
okay.
That's like five.
Yeah, the Legion's awesome. I don't know.
If you're not into
on,
Superboy, I just realized. Yeah, if you're not into Superboy, that's 5 of the books. So
Yeah.
let's remedy that. I don't want to take down the giant size right yet, but this is the last of the books here. I will take down the B's because that is the one that's been up there the longest, and I'll move the 80-page with the 100-page. And then right here, ladies and gentlemen, we have Strange Tales. This is issue number 135. I do not have a tab for it. Whoops. I need to get a tab here.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a Doctor Strange book or is that something else?
It is absolutely, sir, something else.
Nothing. Okay, nothing on these. These are all non-graded or sealed. Yeah, they've never been sealed or opened up.
Never. No, I don't sell slabs.
No. He doesn't buy slabs either.
Okay, now this is. I looked through it. If I were to give this a grade, I would probably be about a 4, maybe a 4.5. The cover is on it. It is barely holding on. There's some lines and such in the cover itself. I'll show them to you. I did go through them, and there you go. This is Strange Tales number 135. It is the first appearance of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I guess you could say it's the first appearance of Nick Fury, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., even though it's not the first appearance of Nick Fury.
Furry.
It is a reader copy, as you can tell. And when I looked in, I noticed the cover was on. Everything is attached, but it is hanging on for dear life. I do have to say that. There you go. And I would put probably a 4 on it.
Okay, now I'll chime in.
Okay.
He's alive.
Yeah, I would say just from what I can see on the cover, myself personally, I would put that at 2.5 at the most.
Okay.
But if I had seen this for $30 in that shape, I wouldn't have spent the more that I did to get this, because this is one of the coolest books ever published. That first Nick Fury story is just awesome.
Okay.
And I remember we were talking about long before there was even a cover challenge. I was blathering on and on about this cover to the point to where you were getting annoyed.
Yeah, a little. I think we did have a little back and forth.
But yeah, if I said, Venkman, you could do worse. Anybody here, that's a great deal on that, because that is, it's not an expensive book, but it's not cheap, and it is the first appearance of, even though it's not Nick Fury, it's the first appearance of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yep.
as it's constructed. Although I think there was a in the old Yellow Claw stories, I think Jimmy Woo worked for Shield, but it wasn't fleshed out like this. I think they just kind of retconned that down the road. I don't think it stood for anything in those days.
Oh, okay. Even though it has the dots by each letter.
No. So when it was used in the 50s.
Oh, okay.
I think it's called Shield.
All right. RDV, thank you. Says $30 on that Shield.
You can thank Breen. Epping it up.
Well, you know how much I love all those Dells and stuff like I even pick it up. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen you get. Because there's not that much cooler. I don't care how big your budget is.
He is the hype governor.
I am hyping the living daylights out of this.
I got to admit, I thank you very much. And remember, there's 1 minute to challenge RDV on the Strange Tales, the first appearance of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Nick Fury as agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, and I'm sure the Doctor Strange story is really good. But I said, I'd probably darned if I can remember it.
Dude, I lost by about maybe $2. I remember, it was $2.50. I lost the second appearance of Doctor Strange.
Ooh.
I was like,
yeah, I would have had to have taken you up on that had you won it. But
was he on the cover of his second appearance? Because I know he wasn't on his first.
I do believe he was. He's like kind of goodness, I forgot what it looked like. But
probably about the size of the X-ray on that cover of Strange Tales there. But
I'm having fun going through this. It's kind of weird because I don't know when to take a book down. This is the first time I've tried it like this. Like I want people to buy the She-Hulks, but nobody seems to be interested. So
I would take down at least 2 of the Superboys.
Yeah, I'm about to drop the DC Superstars and the Legion. And but the thing is, from here on in, I've got books we've seen before. The new ones have already been up. But here we go. Why not?
Ronnie's telling we can find that book in other places. You just go get the trade instead of this one.
It's in the Shield Omnibus.
Yeah. Yep.
Which is considerably more than $30. Boy, I'll tell you what, I got a great deal on that when it came out because I got it well under cover price. Now you can't touch it for cover price, and that was which was like 100 or 125 when it came out.
Now it's like 225.
It's something like that. And Son of Origins of Marvel Comics, I had that when I was a kid, and I still have it. I love those. I read those stories to death when I was a kid because reprints weren't that plentiful in 75 and 6.
These are 2 books that never made it on somebody's sheet. I had it in the box, so I don't know if I put it in the box wrong, but it never made it onto anybody's sheet. So we have X-Men Annual number 9, the first appearance of Storm, Goddess of Thunder. And we have Giant Size Daredevil number 1, which reprints the first annual. So there you go.
Off topic, but if they needed to make someone a female version of Thor, I would have gone with Storm. That would have made so much more sense.
Right.
The Superboy on the top shelf on the right, is that DC 100-page Super Spectacular 19?
It says 21. It says DC-21. You're talking about the one when where he's holding the book?
Yeah.
Yeah, it says DC-21. I don't know I always thought that was the number of it.
It is. But there were a few Superboys. Will you do me a favor? Will you hold that back?
You want me to take it down?
Yeah, my records are upstairs. I thought I had them all.
Okay.
And when I went through my books one at a time, I'm missing 2 of them. That might be one of the 2, but I'm not sure.
Well,
here is the Little Orphan Annie newspaper giveaway. You can see right down there. It says Chicago Tribune. It's in 1948.
Oh no, she wants to kill that dog.
And also, we have Indiana Jones just #1 at The Further Adventures of Indiana Jones. Alrighty. Let's get that there.
You know, Breen, there's a reason why you're missing those two, because he took them when he went home.
Alrighty. And that I did not do, by the way. God, I know it is so tempting, but no. Don't steal from friends, basically, guys. That's good advice.
Well, you guys are friends now? I didn't know that.
I mean, or at all would be the necessary proviso there, but
well,
you guess.
you go by your own morality. Everybody does. But
we're and friends.
And
Okay.
friends, yes.
Yeah, right.
Yes. Of course.
Yeah, there's two Superboys. I seem to be missing one, but I'm not sure which one it is.
Right.
And as far as Storm being Thor, Jane Foster was before this.
Wow.
And
I gotta tell you, I am shocked this isn't gone.
Well, that's because I bought your other book.
Yeah, I am. I was curious about the She-Hulks. I thought, okay, definitely Man Wolf is going to go. I don't know if anybody's going to go for Elephant Man because he's kind of a kooky character. I thought this one was going to go very quickly. But in all honesty, the fact that Flash Gordon is sitting here, that just blows my mind on that one.
That one, I've only seen that one in person at my shop. So I don't know if it's still there anymore, but
I don't know if anybody cares, but I'm 99.9% sure that the X-Men Annual 9 is Art Adams Interiors.
Mm-hmm. If everybody went to their own morality, humanity would be extinct. You can't argue there.
Well, the Purge would actually be not a movie; it'd actually be the real thing.
Okay, I'm going to re-rotate some of these things.
It flummoxes me that for some reason in the Purge movies, everyone's criminal desire is violent murder.
Yeah, nobody says.
Are you telling me there wouldn't be people who are just embezzling and shite on the one day it's legal?
You know what I want? I want Little Orphan Annie to take up a superhero name and she called the Orphan. That'd be awesome.
Yes. All right. Let's see. You're all more know about comics than me. It didn't start till late 80s, says Leon. That's late 80s is 30-something years ago, dude.
Hey, kids, just realize you can spend money tonight. We're not.
That is true. Yes, that's what the auction is all about. You can buy some comics.
If you don't have the first appearance of Rogue joining the X-Men, whoa, you better get it. It's $10.
Right here, yes. That's a
fair price.
All right, and what's going to happen is whatever doesn't sell today, I'm going to the flea market and putting these out tomorrow, and then probably bringing them back at the auction if they don't.
How old is that Little Orphan Annie book?
That is 1940. Or do you how long have I had it?
No. How old is it? When was it published?
Oh, it's 1948.
Wow.
So that's
it's not a reprint collection of
76 years. 76 years, right? Yeah.
So yeah, it's original. It's not a reprint of 40 stuff. It's actual. That's cool.
Is it? Yes.
Somebody wake up, Graphic Man.
I know, right? I need him to take these Superboys off my hand. There you go. And that little Orphan Annie.
Yeah, somebody take these boys off his hand.
Yes, that would be nice. Feet might be falling out of rhythm. Don't know what I did doing with them, but I know I'm following you. That's from the Dick Tracy soundtrack.
Ah.
Yes. I like that soundtrack. I like that movie.
Didn't know that Richard had a soundtrack.
Yes, Richard did. Mainly it was Madonna stuff, but all right, out nowhere to left feet. Let's boogie woogie till our heart skips a beat. And who's counting on 4? Once again around the dance floor. All right, let's see what needs to come down.
Have you guys ever? Have either of you guys ever seen the Nazi version of Richard III that starred in McKellen back in the day?
Yep.
The reason I ask is because your crooning there just then reminded me of a really interesting thing that they did in that movie, and they set Shakespeare's sonnets to like jazz music.
You have
Really
Raiders of the Lost Ark number 3, and we have Bradbury's Tales of Terror number 1, and we have the Tomb of Dracula facsimile number 1. There you go. Alrighty.
If I had more disposable income, I would probably take you up on that, but I don't.
And in just a little bit, I'm going to just go through all the ones that didn't make it. We've got a few more to put up, and they are mostly the ones you guys have seen. I'm going to go through them again just for last minutes. But yes, by all means, these books are up for bid and claim. So there we go. What can I do? What can I do? Alrighty. We've got 10 up there. What do we have? 2, 4, 12.
What's up? Hold on, E. Get a question in the chat.
Gatekeeper, I always take requests. If I have them, I will put them up. If I don't have them, I will start looking for them. So yeah, absolutely. Obviously, I can't get a hold of an Amazing Spider-Man number 1 or an Action Comics, because if I ever did, I ain't selling. But yeah.
Wait,
go ahead.
Is that Tomb of Dracula the one that I kept in the cover rotation on the recent Marvel episode? Because Maranya says it was ranked on a recent episode. I don't know.
No. We did a Tomb of Dracula cover ranking. And
okay.
It was the first.
That's what I wondered, because she said recent, and the most recent one that I was a part of was the Marvel one.
Yeah, recent as in like 6 months ago.
You know what? I think this is the way we're going to do the auctions.
$2 on Bradbury Terror, says Vincent.
All right, I shall do that for you, sir. $2 on Bradbury.
It's no different than the 1 minute warning. And then you just pop it and hook them.
And here we have replacing it will be Ghost Rider number 81. All right.
Interesting.
There you go. I mean, I'm still going to have them $1, $2, so forth and so on, but I think we'll do it where we're constantly replacing, and if something is up there for 5 minutes, it comes down.
Instead of spending 4 hours and then having the same
exactly, it might actually get us through a little quicker. Yeah, why not?
I mean, might as well do this quicker, because that way you're not blipping out every 5 seconds.
I'm not. What?
No, because when you're blipping out that one night, on Saturday, you kept.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I know. I hate that.
So it works better if you go shorter.
I've also been going through my trade paperbacks. I got a new shelf. Temu, by the way, which I'm discovering is actually not that bad. This shelf cost $100 off of Amazon, and I got one of these with wheels and 2 sides for half the price.
Oh, nice.
So I'm putting that together and going to take it down to the flea market. And so I've been looking at my trade paperbacks and seeing, which ones do I truly want. And the rest are going to go on sale. Of course, anything that's going to go on sale at the flea market is going to go through here first.
Leon, I don't think there's any signed comics at all this time around.
Not today. I do try to get a hold of them. I don't know if I have any. Hold on just a second. I know I've got something, but I think it's a limited edition, not a signed copy.
He does have a pen if you want his autograph.
Yeah, I can sign it. If you want to, which book do you want signed? I'll do that for you.
Oh dear.
No, here's no, it's not a signed copy. It's a certificate. This hereby certifies that the enclosed copy of Lady Death Blacklands number 1 is only one of 625 printed. What that is. Okay, there you go. Okay. Not a sign, but when I can get a hold of them, I do. And by the way, I don't charge an arm and a freaking leg for them either. Or I try not to anyway. I try to be cheaper than the eBays and stuff. He has a pen, but does he also have a phone? Sir, that is one of the things I'm trying to get by doing this extra auction is a phone. what we want to do is finally, I thought we paid it off. We didn't. Finally get the storage paid off and get this shit out. I finally want to get the phone done and finally want to get my glasses. So yeah, those are the three main things. But there we go. But no, I do not actually have a phone right now, which is making me afraid because at some point in time, YouTube's going to go, you need to prove who you are. We just sent a text message to. Yeah.
That might also explain why I didn't get auto-added to the stream today, because I did have member privileges like yesterday or the day before
that's
that.
also something I need to get is that I need to pay for my internet and I need to pay for the StreamYard so you guys can do your thing if I blip out.
Wait, are you not you're not a manager now?
No, I couldn't pay off the bill. I couldn't pay the bill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I thought it was a little weird that I didn't get auto-added to this stream, but
2 weeks ago we were, good God, we need to keep the electric on. I couldn't afford all the other side stuff.
I was gonna say I just jumped in normally every night, so I have no clue whatever.
So that's why I've been doing this kind of stuff.
But if you, I mean, it makes sense if you're only like Pixel and I, we only do one, so one manager and then the owner. That's it, because that's all we need to really do for it.
Right, but for here I've got you and LK. Dalton can come in when he wants to. That was mainly to do the movie stuff.
I mean, if it's cheaper, is there a select you can only do for things for prices, or can you like drop a manager? You say drop me, is it cheaper?
If I drop the managers, it's about.
Well, no. So it's basically it's already figured in. You can only do no managers or 4 managers.
Whatever. There's a $25 option. I'm paying $35 a month on this, so everybody can do what they do. So yeah, that's what's going on. All right, let's get some of these down here because they aren't moving. The X-Men have been up for a long time, and that Superboy has been up for a long time.
Oh, all right. Superboy condition. What's the says? What's the condition of 129?
The 129. All right, let's open this thing up and really take a look. Okay.
Vincent asking, do you want to do $8 for a Batman and Beast?
You know what, dude? I dig the cut of your jib, sir.
It was.
I mentioned a long time ago. If you see something, ask me, and maybe we could make out a deal. Give me just a second here. Okay, right away, you see some rubbing on the cover. There's not ripped or anything like that, but it is on the top and the bottom. You can see the title very well. Looking at the front, it does look red. There's pressing right along here. Looks like maybe it had been flipped through a couple of times. Right here on the you can see
it in the glare.
Yeah. Let's see, rounded corners on every one of them.
How's the spine? The pages?
I'm about to open that up. Check it out. A little bit of dirt and some ink right here. It looks like it's been pressed right here. Okay.
Yeah, that's always my big thing is like, if I open it, are the pages going to fall out?
No, the pages are okay. So here's what happened. This is stapled.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
The cover's on it. It's been stapled. I don't know. Were these made with staples or just glue, Eric?
What's that?
The 80-page giants.
I've seen them with staples, but more often I think it's just glue.
Okay. Yeah, I've done the same thing, but I don't know if one of them is wrong. Everything inside is A-okay, but I just don't know the origin of the staples. There you go. All right, but there you go. What would you score that then, Eric?
I can't see it, so it's
okay with all the stuff that I pointed out.
I would say maybe 3.
Okay, there we go.
Manager's offensive. You have to use term task facilitator.
Yeah, we were doing that, but we use the word task and master. But then Eric said,
no,
task
yeah,
governor.
yeah.
So we had to change that. Alan,
Yeah, Leon, you can ask Rhaegar a question, but he's not known to make serious replies unless he's in a mood.
Wait, what happened?
No. Because Leon wants to ask a question. I think he's actually stuck in the Rhaegar, though.
Is that okay? Yeah, go ahead. Oh, Rhaegar. All right.
Yeah.
Stanley signed #1 Unlimited X-Men comic with authenticity, and you keep that forever. That will never be replaced. Did you buy it or did you get it yourself? That would be my advice. Keep that shit. All right.
Yeah.
Let's put up the $5 Boy Commandos #1.
It's a signature, and it's got the actual authentication there in the air. Like, hang on to that.
And the Fantastic Four 268. And the Lady Death, and this is from 2003. And it is the Lady Death Black Lands #1 gold foil. There's only 625 of these in existence. There you go. And let's see if that lasts for a little bit. And then I'm going to go through the other books one more time. The ones that are new.
I give that Fantastic Four book cover, I rank it at 6. It's not like the Jack-o'-lantern nose.
You went blind.
Well, I
put this up the other day for for 20, and I'm actually kind of glad it didn't sell. So, all right, you're putting 10, so I assume it's on the Lady Death there, Leon. All right.
Yeah, gotta let us know which one you're bidding on or claiming on, because it just, yeah.
Leon, let's see. Okay, Lady Death. Gold. And 10. QVC had it for 20 years ago. Wow. Okay. All right. Hey, MK, what's up? I took a nap because you had to recover from a Yankee game. You were playing?
Oh, it wasn't betting? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, no worries, man. No worries. All right.
Oh, because you bought that book online for $10.
For $10. Okay, that's it. It's
20 years ago.
Dude, you're confusing me.
Yeah.
No worries. Let's see. It's been a long time since the last bid. So I'm going to get these down, and I'm just going to go through really quickly. Going to go through the rejects, the ones that were new to this auction. All righty. And we'll see if anybody who's new here.
Joe, you can't go. Gotta stay.
What's up, Joe? Heading out.
Joe's leaving.
And maybe this will be more successful when we start at 8 o'clock and not 10:30. Just saying.
That might do it.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna head out. Actually, let me know if/when you want to do the Joker debate / review.
Okie dokie. I don't think it'll be much of a debate. See, I can understand why someone doesn't like it. Especially, I get it. I've heard some arguments that I will argue about, but for the most part, like if you don't like musicals, which I know you hate musicals, because
no, that's not the issue. The issue is what that musical element was in service to.
I remember you said, you know what? I know every other gay loves musicals, but I'm bucking that.
I definitely love musicals. That's not the issue. The issue was it was one of those movies that, like, it felt as though it were shitting on the audience and their attempts to give a shit.
And the way that you were like, fuck Judy Garland.
No, definitely that is not something that I would ever say.
You're saying
but again,
so you would say it felt forced.
No, it's not. The musical aspect
right,
is not
guys,
the problem. The problem is that the movie, like,
Superheroes. That's issue 199. I got to do this real quick, dude. We had Superboy number 127 with Lana being queen of the Insect Queen. We have Spider-Man, Punisher, and Sabretooth designer jeans. and it's got that shiny Spider-Man cover. And then we had the first appearance of Tim Drake. And there we go. I'm only going to give this like 2 minutes up here after I'm done. Spider-Man 401. And then we're going to take it down, and I'll read off what I've got and totals and such. We have The Walking Dead, number 100, first appearance of Negan. We had Binky, number 76, kind of an Archie sort of ripoff. And then we have Flash Gordon. I believe this was issue number 5, I believe it was. And then we had She-Hulk number 14. And we had She-Hulk number 17. Okay, give everybody a last chance at that. And then we're going to go to the last books of the night, and that will be that.
Mm-hmm. But the musical element of Joker 2 was never, ever the problem. Had they actually delivered on the story they were advertising, I would be singing this movie's praises. They did not, however, deliver on the story they were advertising, and what would have made sense given their source material that they were pulling from. They decided to untell everything that was good about the first movie and shit on anyone that liked it. So
I disagree. But there you go. We do have a debate.
Hey, Krenniz, you see something up there? All you gotta do is just say, I want that book up there. We'll wait a minute, see if anyone challenges you, and then you get the book if no one challenges you. That's how it goes.
Yep.
I figured that we would maintain the disagreement because, like I in our DMs compared it to several other movies that I hate that everyone else seems to like, or at least are more willing to deal with than I am.
I am the only person who likes this movie. I have seen the reviews. I've seen it. I don't think I've heard anybody say a good thing about it. But
I apologize that my voice has to be added to that chorus because I went in wanting to like the thing, and I went in with trying to make your suggested lens work because you told me that there was a lens through which you saw the movie that made it better.
Yes.
And I tried, but I didn't succeed.
At least you tried, and that's
anyway. I'm going to go chill for a while before bed.
Have a
good night, guys.
Good night, Dalton. I'll send payment for that My Favorite Martian. Just hold mine for now. All right, we'll do. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4.
I'm trying to think. I still owe you $12 on Sunday or Saturday. That's Sunday. Wow, so it's Saturday. But I think I still had leftover credit.
Yeah.
So that was like $29, I think it was. And then that minus the 12, whatever that is.
17.
Yeah. All right. And then
so I didn't make $50. How much did I make?
So 17 applied to whatever the 30 and whatever else I got.
Shit. It's fair. It's fair, right?
Yeah.
But okay, so it's 5, 15.
Well, that's why I did it. I did it too because I sent you the $50 instead of this.
Yeah. No. I know. And I'm not. It's a situational thing. That's all.
I don't know.
So let's see. Yeah. You had 16 on the front page, and then on the second page you have 35. Hey, you know what? Money's still coming in. It's going to help get something. I certainly appreciate it.
So 35 minus 17, or you're 30 that in the figure.
You said it was 30, right?
So originally had $29 in credit, but minus the $12 from Saturday.
Minus $12. Okay, so now we're looking at $15
or whatever.
Yeah, you're right. 17.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Man from Uncle was 10, and then Captain America 6, so that's 16, and then X-Men 202 is 5, so that's $4, and then Strange Tales was 30, so it's $34 left.
Okay, cool.
Okay, yeah, cool. All righty, and let's see of whom.
Because that helps a little more too. I might be able to spend more then.
I certainly appreciate it, sir. I really do.
Yep.
There we go. All righty, and you know what? I can toss out also that if you wanted to do, I did this deal with One Slick. That he paid in advance. It was 100. If you pay 150, you get 200.
Yeah, I don't got that much money.
There you go.
Yeah.
But that's fine. I do want to offer that up. Okay, it looks like nobody's taking advantage of these. So let me get these down and we'll show the last books of the night. Alrighty.
Vang, would you see the thing somebody posted of this guy starts pushing this kid that's holding a baseball bat and he won't stop? Do you want to take a wild guess how that ends?
Well, the baseball bat hits the guy's face.
Something like that, yes. You
So-
got to be a special kind of stupid to push somebody and keep pushing somebody that's holding a baseball bat.
Let's see.
Was it like an immediate swing to the face, or was it reluctant and then?
You got by about the third push, you said fuck it and just hauled off and crushed his head.
I mean, if I knew I wasn't gonna go to jail, sure.
We have the Human Fly #1, and we have Strange Adventures, first appearance of Animal Man, and we have Superboy. This is DC Superstars issue number 12. Alrighty, starring Superboy. It is a 52-page story. Then we have the DC 100-page Spectacular 21, starring Superboy. Alrighty, and wasn't there another one? Nope, no other Superboy. We have Catwoman #59 with an Adam Hughes cover.
The other one was Legion. You're thinking of.
Yes, that has already been up. We have X-Men 171, first Rogue in the X-Men. We have X-Men 175, the marriage between Cyclops and Madeline Pryor. I had to find something, so I threw this in. This is Captain Atom 1 through 5. And we have the trade paperback for the complete collection, part 1. I think that's a stupid name. Of She-Hulk by Dan Slott. Excellent story. Alrighty. Let's see, what else? I need one more. Okay, here we go. This is celebration of 75 years, Lois Lane. And there we are. Okay. All you got to do is say claim this one, and then we'll give you a minute. If no other person challenges you, it's yours. If someone does, it becomes an option. All righty. Cool. Let's see.
Yeah, as far as like, there's a lot of things I would have done differently if I knew I wasn't gonna go to jail. Like, fist fights, sure, yeah, but nowadays you go to jail because everyone's got smartphones, But and the baseball bat, yeah, that's murder because there's no if you hit someone in the head with a baseball bat, whether it's aluminum or wooden, that person's dead or a vegetable.
Someone who needs.
But I mean, after round, you find out that's kind of that's gonna happen because there's some people who just don't care at the moment. They're just they're so teed off.
Well, I'm saying if I'm getting bullied and somebody keeps pushing me, if I'm holding a bat,
unfortunately, even with the evidence, they're gonna say the kid's gonna go to jail.
It doesn't matter.
Trouble,
I mean, it's human nature. If you're getting threatened and you have a weapon, you use the weapon.
Right? I still can't get over the
regardless
fact.
of the end result. I'm just amazed that somebody could be that stupid.
So on YouTube, they uploaded a new SNL skit, the one about the VP debate, and the only thing I found funny from that whole entire thing was two things: that JD Vance and whatever Tim Waltz characters, Jimmy African played Tim Waltz, and those two their characters became best buds, and it's supposed to be Kamala with her husband. And then Joe Biden walks in the room, and they're all watching the debate. And when the Tim Waltz says I'm best friends with shooters, school shooters, and it's she's holding a wine glass and she breaks the wine glass in her hand.
People, see, I thought a lot of that was funny because they were basically
bashing both sides.
They were playing up her supposed alcohol problem.
Yes. But
there's a rumor now that says that it wasn't Hunter's cocaine, it was hers last year.
You know what's funny though? The funniest thing though is because Dana Carvey is Joe Biden. When he's in ice cream and he hits her in her face and she gets over her face. You saw her broke character too. Like, I don't know if he meant to put on her face, but oh my gosh, like I said, I remember it's just awesome. Dana Carvey he's pretty much almost every president, isn't he?
He's what?
He's played about 4 different presidents, hasn't he? He's on
Probably.
George Bush Senior, probably
He,
Nixon.
well, he was what's his name? He ran against George Bush Senior.
Joe Bush Senior.
What was his name? The
Ross
Texas
Perot.
Ross Perot, yeah. He
Like,
was also him.
like he said, he's played every character he plays. It just in that skit alone, you had three different generational talents. Well, one and then 2 other generations. But Andy Samberg played the doting husband. He's like, honey, they're calling me a grilf. It's like, what the heck? Yeah. Yeah. It's let me say is a grandpa I'd like to friend or something like that. But yeah, like I said, it's everyone's with SNL, and that's I watch it clips. I've always done that, even with Conan O'Brien. Like nowadays, the past he's in the past 12 years before he went off the air. Like,
all right, now I do ask if you can pay tonight. Please pay tonight. The whole point is we have the money to do the paying of the bills this week. There we go. And let's see, is there any? Oh, hello, Melissa Lester.
The She-Hulk, even though it's written by Dan Slott, and I'll tell you this guy, it actually was good She-Hulk.
Oh, She-Hulk is freaking awesome.
So I understand people are like, they hate Dan Slott because what he's done, with Spider-Man and everything else. We've been reading Dan Slott, Batman Adventures 2004, and they're amazing. Like I said, Dan Slott before the TDS is good. Now, I say it's better than Byrne. No, I like Byrne stuff for specific reasons, but there's still some tongue in cheek with She-Hulk in that one.
Okay, and let's see. Are we getting any bids on these? I don't see any.
Melissa, we missed your Raven tonight on the reading. Although your sister could really imitate you really well.
Oh, Melissa, you asked for these, so I'm going to show them off real quick. Same rules apply, though.
Awesome.
I have, what's up? 10 on E if it isn't claimed.
Nothing's claimed.
A, B, C, D, E.
That'd be the Catwoman one.
That's the Catwoman. Catwoman's at 6. I'll take your 10. But it is at 6.
A, B, C, D, E.
Yeah.
Unless he means the X-Men. Do you mean the X-Men? The Rogue? Joining the X-Men?
Amy, we have Iron Man 295.
Okay.
Here is Iron Man 311. Iron Man 312. Iron Man 310. So that's 310, 311, and 312. And 295 so far. We've got 294. And these are at $2. And then we have 292, 200, and 299. All right, and that's where it stands.
Yeah, he meant the Rogue one, X-Men.
Okay, that's it. Okay, I'll put it down for you, Austin.
We're at the end of the auction here, or I guess claim auction, say.
Yep.
These are the rejects that nobody really want. I mean, he still has other ones up there. You had $10. You had $10 for the first Adventures of Indiana Jones. Also, $70 if you want the whole entire run.
Yeah, which is less than $2 an issue. It's an incredible deal. But hey, look, if new people are coming in, that is a reason to keep the party going.
Yeah, I mean.
Let's see.
Well, that's the other thing too. You might have some people popping in from the West Coast.
That is true. That's
the thing though. That's the only problem. If you're an East Coaster and you're streaming late, it's later to you. It's like it's later and later. You gotta want to go to bed, but people are like, "Hey, bro, it's only 10 o'clock here." Like Dominic.
I know, right?
It's
well, I worry more about you guys. Tell you the truth.
For me, I'm central. I'm an hour behind you, so it's like it gets the wee hours for me too fast.
But even still, we've started at 10:30, so this has been about a two hours so far, an hour and 50 minutes according to the clock already. So this is going to go down for Austin, and let me put up Avengers number 183. All right.
Oh, Rager, that's bad. If you're wide awake because you already napped, oof, that's rough. You got to work in the morning.
Okay, where is my original? Here it is. I've got a couple of other books that we came in for last week's auction that didn't sell, so I've got a couple more to show off here. The Iron Man, okay, I'll tell her about him, says Melissa, and there you go. Pretty. It's 20.
X-Men Annual 9
because I napped.
All right, hold on. X-Men Annual 9 get claimed. I'd go to $10 for that. You're talking about the Rogue one? That was an annual. What was the annual for X-Men?
No. There was the Rogue. We remember Storm becomes Thor.
Yeah. So the Storm one did not become claimed. That's still up there.
I'll put it down for him.
That's for.
Okay, so we had Austin with the Rogue.
I forget. Krennis is on the West Coast too. I forget about that. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, and that was Austin, and he had that for 10, and we have for X-Men Annual 9 already, and that was at 10. That's Krenez. All right. Gotcha for those. Just look back in the stream. Did the Splinter? The Splinter of the Mind's Eye and the Jedi got taken. But I agree with you. There you go. It's Dark Horse Star Wars definitely deserves it. Okay, let's get rid of Captain Atom because that's it's a mini series.
Rager, where do you work? Dunder Mifflin?
And we're going to be putting up. This is Mad Face Iron Man. This is issue number 104. There you go. Okay, there we are. Alrighty.
Yeah.
And let's see, what else? Let's take down Lois Lane because, in all honesty, it's got that story in it, and I like it.
Yeah. Let's put down Lois Lane. Can't stand her.
You're ugly, you're lazy, and you're a terrible bird.
Your poor mother.
Okay, Silver Surfer number 50 at 4. There we go.
Ooh, Silver Thanos.
Yep. And let's see. What else?
I haven't seen any movement on the Superboy, so do you have anything
No
else?
No movement whatsoever. I think that's a get it when Glinzer's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Well, one of them, did Eric want you to hold one?
Oh yeah, that's right. This one.
I was wondering about this.
The one with the book. Okay, fuck. Yeah, sorry about that. All right. Yeah.
So he takes down the Superboys because they're not selling. I'll put up a different Superboy. Maybe that one will go.
Yeah. Let's see.
VA Hospital. Yeah, we do research on all that tentative hires for the chief of staff. Detective work at people's work history. Oh, you're a detective. I see.
My friends are all defective. They like to be detectives because they knew I was the marrying kind. Their police skills were useless. Anyway, let's see. $4 on the J, says AP. Okay. They knew I wouldn't pay them any mind. All right, let's get this here. And Jay is with Austin. If anybody wants to challenge them, they've got a minute. to do it. All right. So you guys tell me, what do you think of this particular way of doing things? Do you prefer it? Silver Surfer 50. Or not? Let me know in the comments in the chat here. What do you think?
That's for me personally. I've never been able to get into Silver Surfer. I like him when he's a side character if Fantasy 4, but
yeah. Okay,
I know what you're talking about. I'm just saying. I just.
All right. I mean, hey, you know what? There are famous titles that sometimes they just don't gel, right? Hold on, I have to go hit the head. I will be right back.
All right, the old man's going to make a little tinkle here, but doesn't mean you can't stop having some claim auction fun. And yeah, Lister, I'm glad to see you. I thought maybe you got lost in the code mining over there. All by myself. Brain's muted too.
I'm always here.
It's nice to know you have my back. You can help out my pain too. My back hurts from carrying this thing. All right. Let's see here. I don't know. Isn't it bad? It isn't bad doing this once in a while. I'm not sure if doing it all the time would be good. And again, no one reads my opinion, so it doesn't matter. That is true. No one reads your comments at all. Austin says, I never thought about there being such a professional internet detective other than the 3-letter agencies. But it makes sense now that I think about it. Well, I mean, you need the VA. They want to make sure people aren't scamming them, obviously, because they're helping people, you know. VA, over here, Rigger says people like to lie or admit negative things about their history working in the medical. Well, yeah, the VA, obviously, like if you were on like not making, I guess it's just like anything. If you're getting any government assistance, why should they give you any money if you're not even trying to like get a job? Or VA also do people like there are veterans who come in, there are addicts, you know, too. No, that don't. It's a lot of drama, a lot of baggage. Let's see here. Any EVER, never ask Angleton. I don't ask him anything. I just tell him. That's how it goes. Let's see here. LL, it was a surprise game session with my brother. I keep forgetting you have a brother. He's all we ever hear about is you two. You and well, not the band. So we only get it to visit even online like 3 times a year. Wow. Is your brother out of state or something? Or is this like a couple hours away?
No, he's in the next room.
No. We're not talking about your mom in the garage.
No, but how funny would that have been if that had been her answer?
Yeah.
And like 3 times a year, she just knocks on the door and goes, "Hello."
Only on Halloween, right?
No, that's only one. There's 2 other times.
Well, what are the other 2 times?
I don't know.
People like to lie, even about their degrees or licenses. We basically double check, make sure they graduated from so and so college, etc. People can make up degrees now. Well, if they identify being a college, graduate, don't you have to like support that claim? Otherwise, you're a bigot, right? Pretty funny, I have to admit. Darn, it was a good thing what you do. Okay, they're talking about that. Anyone interested in seeing horror themed films at the box office coming out? Actually, I don't even know what's coming out for his Halloween stuff. I mean, probably another Exorcist or something.
I don't know what's coming out, but I'll bet you a lot of it'll look like found footage and there'll be a bunch of jump cuts.
Well, Terrifier 3 is coming out next week. It has been, that series has been good.
The only thing I was looking forward to was Salem's Lot reboot.
Did you see it though?
Yeah, it was good.
I liked it for the first half. The second half,
Oh
it
my!
collapsed.
I
so
loved
bad.
it. I loved it
Yeah.
better than the original.
God bless you for it. I mean, hey, I'm out here defending the Joker, so
I love James Mason's role in the original. But honestly, the actor who played Ben Mears in both of them, David Soul, and then this kid, they pretty much had the same kind of acting range.
He's Bill Pullman's kid, by the way.
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah. I actually liked Stryker. Yeah, I liked him better in the original.
Striker.
There is that Stryker. Yes,
Striker.
But that one scene where he kidnaps the kid was creepy as. I mean, it was really good.
Speaking of that, I'm surprised somebody made a Gladiator joke on the Daredevil annual.
Kids, do you like watching Gladiator comics? There was there's a movie coming out with Hugh Grant called Heretic. These two Mormon girls they're going door to door, and they talk to Hugh Grant, and he won't let them out of his house unless they can go through this maze. It's weird looking.
So it's the opposite of the Keanu Reeves movie.
Yeah.
It's revenge for my
By
brother.
the way, that is a remake. I forget what the movie is called, but it had Sandra Locke and oh goodness gracious. But I didn't know it was a remake until I was where me and Gail were looking at a movie, and I read the description. I was like, holy shit, this is that Keanu Reeves film. I started watching. I was like, oh my gosh, it really is. Yeah. I still have to finish the rest of my dad saw it, said the new Salem's Lot isn't but he felt the original was better I got to admit I'll tell you what, there's some scenes in the new one that I think beat the original, but overall, no.
So I say it's a lot more visually stunning than the original one, but the reason why they cut out so much stuff, the guy said it's not the director's fault. Everybody's blaming the director. The director actually
this one down.
originally had filmed all 3 hours.
And we have Marvel's The Eye of the Camera by Busiek and Stern.
Yeah.
All right. And let's get this one down. And we'll replace that with Middle West. And this is the end of the auction right here. If nobody's bidding on these, then I'm going to call it a night.
Yeah. As far as like I said, like the remake and stuff, like the director said, I forgot what company it was called. It wasn't Fangora, but it was like some kind of like blood. Anyway, article. He had said, it was never supposed to be streaming. It was supposed to be a movie. He had 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then they moved it to streaming, and then he was forced to cut like a chunk out of it.
It looks like it should have been a much longer movie because you can see the cuts.
But it is so visually stunning from the scene walking in the woods.
That was great. Through. Yeah,
that's what made me love it right then and there.
Like I said, the first half I had no problem with. It's the second half. I think it was just it just lost it.
And also, the kid is much more like involved in the movie than the first one. As far as like helping out,
this Richie is a lot better than the original.
Sure. And despite the race swap, like I mean, it doesn't change the movie. I mean, I personally thought it was great. Now, we reviewed the original one, and that was a long one. Freaking man, but honestly, I thought this was better made, and not only better, just by cutting it, I think it flows better. Because the only problem is that when you cut apart things, like you basically thin out the characters, and I don't really need to see Richie's past, with this, stuff. I didn't need this.
I disagree with you. I think showing how much he loves the occult and how he idolizes Houdini sets up his character and explains why he is.
So the reason I feel you don't need to do that, because if you watch the originals, you already know all that stuff.
But that you shouldn't have to watch an older film.
Yes, you should.
No.
But Hey, like I said, there's scenes with all the eyes and they're on top of the town outside
Oh,
the church.
that was good. I got.
Yeah. Oh my
I
god.
give credit where credit is
Yeah.
due.
But
I just
and
think overall it was a
as
weak
far
one.
as going away from the house towards the end part, going into the drive-in, I thought that was much more creative.
Alrighty.
If you've already seen the original one, I expected there to be some changes.
Well, of course, that was 1979. All right, kids, this is what I've got. Remember, if you can pay tonight, please pay tonight. If you pay shipping on these, if you want to, let me know in the chat if you want to pay shipping, and I'll have them out on Thursday. If you want me to hold them for next week's auction, I just send everything at once. Let me know in the chat, and I'll mark it down here on the page. We have Vincent, who had 10 Nights of the Beast for 8. I marked 10 here. That's not right. It was 8. You made the deal. Then we have Splinter of the Mind's Eye for 5 and Jedi for 3. And so that is 16 total. All right. And then once again, if you need this shipped, it would be 9. You know what? I would wait myself anyway. Wait until the next auction. Fill it out a little bit more. Eric and Boyd had Supervillains 7 through 9 and 13 for $8. And then Dark Admiral had Twisted for $3. RDV had Man from U.N.C.L.E., Captain America, $250. The X-Men 202 and Strange Tales 135 for $34. Alrighty. And let's see, I didn't price Man from U.N.C.L.E. or Captain America, and X-Men 02 was $5, but I priced it at $4. So there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's 34. So.
Yep. Just to show you, I did the math. One Slick Dude has My Favorite Martian at 8. And Austin has X-Men 172 and Silver Surfer number 50 for 14. Alrighty. And Krenez has X-Men Annual number 9 at 10. And that is that. So, wow, that is a potential, what is that? 6 cents, 24. It's 58, 68, 70, 72, 82. Yeah, guys, that's actually, I'm going to be able to get it. If you guys pay tonight, I'm going to be able to get at least an eye exam. And then the next auction, the Saturday auction, can actually buy glasses. Yeah. I'll tell you it straight up. If anybody asks, that's what I want for Christmas.
Straight up now tell me.
Straight up now tell me that I really need these glasses fixed, mother. Anyway. Also, please indicate on your payments the books you ordered, your YouTube name if it's different from your payment method, and if you want the books held over. Yes.
Rhaegar, I'm curious now because the way most sequels go, the third one sucks even worse than the sequel. So Venom 3 is coming out. I hope that this surprised me and be like, oh my gosh, it's really cool. Because the second one was kind of Debbie Downer. Like, I feel like if the third one has nothing to do with Toxin, because they introduced Toxin in the second one, the police officer who gets the symbiote. Like, if that's nowhere in anything the story mode, I will not be shocked. But I mean, I think it ruins the series because it's pretty much like Lord of the Rings, man. It's all one giant story. Just connect it. If you're not connecting it, why are you telling it? I don't like standalone like movies in this. I like when you actually have some subplots going. Like, imagine if Harry Osborn wasn't in the third one. So
okay. Alrighty then, kids. Let's see. Anything else? We're talking movies? I really want. Are we talking movies at this point? Let's see. If you want to throw in the Ghost Rider 801, make an easy 5. I wanted to help out more, but life is coming at me. Dude, I understand. I absolutely understand. Just add to my pile and we'll settle up with the shipping. All right. Once again, if you only got 2 books, Dark Admiral, and I'm not saying this because I'm lazy and frankly it's easier, but if you only got 2 books, I would recommend you wait and see if there's something in the next auction.
Yeah. Carnage, like I said, they had a great actor for Carnage. Woody Harrelson.
But
they would have done it like more comic faithful, accurate. That I think would have been much better. Yeah, including the rated R. Yeah.
Alrighty, here it is. Ghost Rider, and let me put it down on your thing here, sir. Dark Admiral, Twisted, and Ghost Rider.
I mean, you also could if I mean, who would you cast other than Woody Harrelson if you were to recast Carnage? Because I kept thinking like the kid who played Joker in the Gotham series.
Oh my gosh, yes. I think he was Monahan. I think his name was. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
I would definitely. He was good as the Joker.
Just get into Redhead.
I'm going to leave you kids to talk your movies here.
Alrighty, sir.
I'll see you guys. Well, Venk, I'll see you tomorrow night for top 5.
All right.
Adios.
Oh, I'm holding some for you, Dark Admiral. Okay. Yeah, I've got the Helds in the other room.
The Rorschach actor from Watchmen.
Yeah,
I know you're talking. Well, I don't know what his name is.
Yeah.
He was a one and done for
but
me.
I have no memories anymore, so it's kind of.
I just didn't care. I mean, it was a one and done movie for me. I really didn't. Yep. I couldn't. The Laughing Man, the comedian, was played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Other than that, I don't know anybody else. Was the other guy John Hamm? No.
Is it John Hamm? No, John Hamm wasn't in that movie. No.
I was trying to think who played the Dr. Manhattan over.
Oh, that was, goodness gracious, the guitar player and Almost Famous. What?
I never seen that either. So
yeah, I've been doing this all night. I just have. I used to be able to pop this shit off so easy, but I have no memory for names anymore. I don't know. I hate it.
All the actors I know are old actors.
Yeah.
so like within the past 30 years, if it's a new actor, like a kid actor that's now older, I don't know their names.
The guy who played Rorschach, though, was in a movie with Tom Cruise in 1983. He's been around. He was in Bad News Bears in 1970.
Jackie Earle Haley.
Jackie Earle Haley. Yes, thank you.
I never would have known that because I mean I know Tom Cruise because Tom Cruise has been in like 1,000 movies. How many has Jackie been in? That it's been
he's been in a few, but he's a smaller actor.
He's not, yeah. That's what I mean. It's like.
It's a lesser known, I should say.
Wilford Brimley. For the longest time, I had no idea who that was until you guys kept saying his name over and over again on Extreme Movie Show.
Yeah, if you didn't know his name, you knew him because he's in everything in the 80s.
I Love Comes at the same total, but Bradbury for $2 and Splinter Mine for $3.
Okay, yeah, I actually didn't write the Bradbury down, so let me write that down for you. Bradbury.
General Hux to play Carnage.
And it was $2. So what I've got for you now is 18 total. All right, we got 10 Nights of the Beast at 8, Splinter of the Mind's Eye at 5, Jedi for 3, and Bradbury for 2. So that's 5, 10, and 8. That's 18.
Actually, you know what would be kind of cool? Getting the guy who played Dexter to play Carnage.
Oh, he might be good. I mean, he wasn't bad as Dexter. All right. Oh, excuse me. Ooh, I am getting tired. Sorry about that. All right. For tomorrow, I believe it is Tales to Astonish is the cover rankings.
Remember, for those who didn't see a book tonight, you didn't want to buy, because you just want to help out the channel. Remember, any money you spent tonight can also be used for later on Saturday night's auction.
Wait, what?
Ko-Fi. If they donate money tonight, they can use that later as credit.
Oh, well, what the offer was if you if you want to pay in advance, if you pay $75 in advance, you get $100.
Yeah, but I mean, like, any dollar helps right now.
Any dollar helps right now. I see what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Think split. It was. Oh, I thought I had it at 5. Hold on, just a second. There is an easy way.
Also, can we just say thank you? I was getting tired of looking at Agatha all along background.
Oh yeah, I changed it. I changed it for the Halloween.
The only time I change the background for the Geeky Puppet Show is when we're doing like a holiday, like Christmas.
You are correct, sir. I apologize. It is 3. I thought I had it at 5.
Yeah.
I must have changed it last minute because I had it at 5, right up until the very last minute, I guess. There you go. Well, thank you, Dark Admiral. I certainly appreciate it. Just got my screen tone paper from Amazon, just barely. Says Austin. Is it you or is it Eric and Boyd who's the artist? I've got an idea.
Eric and Boyd, I believe, is the artist.
Okay. All right.
He now goes by Cheapo, and he has a horn or a nose.
So-
Goes honk honk.
Yeah.
I think it's Cheapo the clown. That's I think every time I see it's Cheapo.
Boy, excuse me. God damn it. I guess it's time for me to go lay down. I'm getting old. Just getting old. That's flat out it. All righty. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out. And really, thank you very much for this being, I think this was successful. I might actually try this on Saturday. If it works, we'll continue it. If it doesn't, I like the interplay with the books. It just seems to be going a little bit quicker. Like
That's kind of what we did that when we first started out. We were doing that. There wasn't really like a lot here, a lot that you started, you bought so many, you started turning them into lots.
Yeah, that did actually happen because the first time I did this, it was my own collection. I needed to sell something. I remember then I was I actually said I needed to everything I made from that first auction went to buying collections for future auctions because that was it. That was all I had. So, yeah. But there you go. All right, guys. Once again, tomorrow night, 10:30 for Tales to Astonish. But before that, go on over to
Kiki Puppet Show. If you want to check out,
yes.
we do readings on that channel, but we also on Tuesdays and Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, we talk about the comic books come out this week, and then on Thursday nights we show them off, plus whatever back issues we bought at the comic book store. We encourage you to join and participate as far as in the chat. Let us know if you're buying comic books this week, what you're getting, and also on Thursday nights, you're welcome. If you have a bunch of books that you bought, you want to come and show them off, you're more than welcome to jump on the stream or just say in the chat what your books are, and if your top 5 from Tuesday is still the same amount of numbers.
There you go.
So,
yeah, I guess, yeah. Austin, were you the one that sent me and a donkey under the bridge? That was actually pretty cool. All right, guys.
That. Wow.
Thank you for that, by the way.
How much therapy did you get for that after seeing him captured on film?
Anyway, once again, guys, thank you for that picture too. Thanks very much for hanging out.
It's like when Jameson got those photos of Peter Parker with Spider-Man and putting the fake Spider-Man into the smokestack. Said that he sent you photos of you and a donkey.
Me and a donkey under the bridge. Yeah, it was actually pretty cool.
Actually, there was no bridge. He was the bridge. He was bridging the gap.
Okay. This is going to be one of those times where we say goodnight 6 or 8 different times. So, all right.
In 40 minutes, though. We still got
of course, yeah.
But anyway,
this is it. This is what he sent. This was Untold Tales Under the Bridge. I thought it was pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah. All right, guys. Once again, thank you very much for hanging out. And as always, thank you very, very much for watching. Have a good night. See you.
Later, kids.